should be live now. Let's see. Yep. Just click that. What's up, guys? We will be starting our stream in a couple minutes. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna post the links.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't even fucking see him anyway.
What's up, guys? We'll be starting our stream in a couple minutes. Thanks for joining. This bad boy.
I love how John Mcnutt's always so polite. It's usually like, "Good evening, everyone. Good evening, gentlemen." I love it.
Mcnutt's a G.
So can we see comments?
If you have YouTube up off to the side, Chris, you'd be able to.
Gotcha.
But Jason will
Go read the questions.
Yeah, Jason will monitor it and see if there's anything. So once you and I are done chatting and showing stuff off, Jason will have some questions probably collected.
Marin already wants to know when that hat's coming available, so make sure we talk about that.
This hat, man, as soon as the store can open up, I'm dying. I'm dying just to go into hat stores. I went to a local place near me today.
Yeah.
Man, I miss just going and chopping it up with my lids guys or pro image. You know, I'll stop at 3-4 hat stores in the mall. You know, and just chop it up with any of them. But now I'm talking hats with myself.
No, tonight you'll be talking hats.
And you dudes.
Yeah, that's right, man. Tonight you'll be talking with us. So.
All right, let's get this going. Hey guys, welcome to Views from the Vault. We have a very special episode today. We have Pancake, aka Chris, in the house. He's gonna be going under the cap with us in the collector spotlight. We're gonna learn a little bit about his journey, how long he's been collecting hats. We're gonna count down some of his favorite Phillies hats. We're also gonna be talking about some unreleased samples. So without further ado, take it away, Pierre.
Chris, good to have you, man.
Thank you, guys.
So you're another one of those guys that, you know, I followed when I first, like, I wasn't in Instagram for a long time, but once I got on there, you're one of the guys that I followed closely, and your love of the Phillies is unprecedented. So
thank you.
And I want you to know two things. Number one, I'm wearing a Phillies hat for you today.
Yes.
But also I had pancakes for breakfast.
Nice.
So I just want to make sure I had to get into character for this interview today, because I was really excited. I was giddy like a schoolgirl first thing in the morning. I'm like, I get to talk to Chris.
Man.
The Philly.
Well, listen, pancakes changed my life, so pancakes are good with me.
Well, why don't you tell how did pancakes change your life?
So I was getting started in radio, and I went to I didn't do well in high school. I really didn't have a path of where I was going. I was working at a mixtape stand selling Meek Mill and Gilly the Kid mixtapes at, you know, Franklin Mills Mall, and working at UPS and Chuck E. Cheese and wherever I could work. And it just, you know, wasn't really what I wanted to do. And I met one of my favorite radio broadcasters, and he's like, you know, you should check out a broadcasting school. And you know, my grades weren't really conducive, but he's like, no, try it. I did it, and it all worked out. And I went to broadcasting school, did really well, got in at my favorite station. And I went in early to sit in with their show and watch them, what they do before my shift started. And it was like my second week. And it was National Pancake Day. And IHOP gives out pancakes if you make a donation. So I went down, waited till they opened up, talked to the guy. He's like, no, we're not going to do this. Talked him into it eventually, hooks me up with like 50 pancakes. And I come walking into the radio station and, you know, what do you got? I'm like, oh, pancakes. You want pancakes? I got them for the whole station. And they're like, dude, that's going to take you far, an attitude like that. And I've been there for 11 and a half years now.
Wow. I'm
Worked my way up as an intern, unpaid for a couple of years. Worked, producing for whatever. And I ended up with, one of the top DJs in the country. I do flyers, highlights when they're on our station, and it's a dream job.
I'm shocked you're in the entertainment industry considering you're so introverted.
No, I am, I keep to myself. I don't talk a lot, I'm, nah.
So Chris, I got to change my hat because people are pissed off about me having this hat. So I'm going to change it because.
All right. Oh, see, that's a good one right there.
People are pissed that I have this hat. So they're saying I'm like,
I hear it. I understand if they're pissed that you have that hat. I get that they would be mad, because if I didn't have the hat, I would be mad.
Chris, why don't we both wear them together? How about that?
Right, here we go.
Let's do that.
I mean, it feels icy. It is cold. When I put it on, it feels so cool.
Our viewers just went to 0.
It's a beauty, isn't it? It's a beauty. But Chris, tell us about, so listen, man, you're just a huge Philadelphia fan. So tell us about that.
I mean, I've loved Philadelphia sports forever. I mean, I watched it with my dad growing up as a kid. He'd watch, I'd fall asleep on the couch while he was, watching the end of the Phillies games. I'd watch Harry and Whitey, and that was my childhood. And, like most kids, my late teens, I really the Phillies were playing pretty terribly. The only thing that really mattered was that Boston Red Sox hat there back in 2001, 2002. Practice. We're talking about practice. I mean, the Sixers were but so I sort of have always had this love for my teams. And then probably 2004, 2005, I mean, you could get into a Phillies game for like pennies. You could scrape change off of the floor and go to a game because they just weren't doing well. We had a nice stadium. And I just started, slowly collecting hats and it just turned into, honestly, madness.
Yeah. Well, I see some of the pictures you post. So you're not a poser, man. You've got if it's a Memorial Day cap or whatever event, you've got it going back as far as.
I mean, since the special event caps started, I mean, there are 3 or 4 that I don't have that was, not released as a hat that you could buy. And I didn't really realize that you could go down and purchase it at the stadium as a game used or, whatever it was. Yeah. So there's, there's a Philadelphia Stars that I have it's not a newer, it's from California Cat Company or something like that.
Yeah.
Ryan Howard, I think it was 2012, 2013, something like that. But that was one of them that I didn't realize till later. But I have right here, so I have All-Star Game hats. These aren't reproductions. This is 97. This is 2001. This is 2003, 2004. I mean, this is the heyday of patches. If you're a patch guy, I mean, the gold, the colors, the everything they're in.
They're also on the right side of the hat.
They're on the correct side of the hat. So what I've done in the past few years, I also do patch swaps. So it came about because I couldn't find the patch that I wanted on a Phillies hat. And it turns out, they didn't really make them. It was only for teams that were doing well. And so I just started to find a patch. So I would go out and I would take a 2006 hat. So this came from, it was a team issued Brewers hat. So it was worn by a player or a coach or somebody. Yeah. I apologize to the Brewers fans who are upset that I took a game used patch. I took it and I ripped it off the hat and I threw the hat in the trash because it doesn't, no, it's just not, I didn't throw it in the trash. I got it up in the deck. Brewers fans, don't get upset. But you know,
I don't think there's many Brewers fans in here.
so what it's got to do is it has to be, if I took the 2006 patch, it's got to go on a 2006 hat. So you guys were talking earlier, you know, about which
The Blue
patches.
Jays hat.
So that's one of the easiest ways to tell. So you go back to like a 97 hat. It's got the diamond with the stripe, but it's got that new era flag. If you go back another year, it doesn't have that flag. It's got the whatever it is. So there's I don't know. It's stupid.
No, you got
finding these hats.
Understanding of what each year's hat looks like. Like I could show you a hat. Like when we were on earlier and we showed a Blue Jays hat, you're like, all right, that's early to mid 1990s.
Right, mid to so if it's got the it's got the, let me see, I got one right.
Wayne, you got that hat handy, close to you?
What's that? Yeah, I got
might have the hat right there.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
There you go.
This one?
Pancake right here.
There you go, right there. So it's got the diamond. It's got the diamond authentic. So that labels it to a specific year that's after the 94. So that would probably be like a 95 or a 96. You know, and it's like I have you know, more than just the Phillies. It goes back to their minor league teams and stuff like that. So there are specific teams that were only out for a year, 2 years, like the Piedmont Phillies. They were a team for 1 year. So you can, you know, make sure that those tags are specific to 95 because that's, you know, the only year that they produced that hat or whatever it is. But yeah, my love for Philly sports, it is what it is, you know.
So with that, Chris, do us a favor though. Tell us, like, I'd love to know, like, who are your favorite? Like, give me your 2 favorite Phillies of all time.
All right, Chase Utley, right?
Okay.
I mean, I grew up watching Darren Dalton. You know,
Darren Dalton,
he was a captain. He was a leader. I mean, he held Lenny Dykstra on as tight of a leash.
He's one of the only guys that could keep Lenny Dykstra under control.
Right. I mean, honestly, if it was anybody else, he would have been off the deep end. Well, all right.
Way before
he would have gone. He would have drowned instead of just dump. You know, being in that place. But yeah, he was probably my second favorite Philly.
See, I think I might be a little older than you because my favorite Philly of all time was Mike Schmidt.
Right. Well, Mike Schmidt is what I grew up on. Mike Schmidt was, you know, I had the Carlton Schmidt poster with the flaming ball and the flaming bat and, like, you know, the hammer and nails from the 90s. Yep. But like you know, there's pictures, you know, that have of me and my brother, and we're at the vet at, you know, 5, 6 years old. You know, these were the colors, and maroon was our team colors. I remember when they changed over, and it was like, well, why would we do that? We're the maroon team. We're the, you know, whatever it is. Yeah. But now I love the throwbacks. I love throwing it back every Thursday. You know, this past Thursday would have been a throwback Thursday. I'd have been there. But you know, they brought it back a couple of years ago, and then they ended up bringing back the powder blue jerseys, which was, you know, they weren't a home jersey, so it was weird for them to wear. I see the hat, I see the shirt in the background.
Yeah.
One of the best uniforms ever.
So we talk a lot about the Phillies. Now, how about your 2 favorite Sixers of all time?
I mean, it's got to be Iverson, and I mean, I want to say Barkley because he was so you know, that was my, you know, 10, 11, 12 years old. So you see
the round mound of rebound.
I mean, and he's just not a role model. Like, just don't listen. I mean, those guys are pretty tough.
Right. Chris K saying Dr. J, but you probably a little.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. J was before my time, and like, I'm not saying that he's not the best, you know, because he's obviously, you know, he's
He's a legend.
And
Right.
Ma-
I mean, you can't argue the two of them because they're in classes of their own.
and Marin's begging you to pick that Jayhawk, Joel.
Joe. I got a Joel jersey over here somewhere. That's my guy. All right, so here's the funny thing. I work in radio, so I have a lot of friends that work at different venues, and all the Sixers, Flyers, Phillies, they're all in one parking lot. You know, they share parking lots. It's not like anywhere else. I went to Boston and I was like, where do we drink and where do we cause scenes like this? There's buildings and apartments across from the building, but so we.
Oh, come on, dude. There's all kinds of places around Fenway.
Yeah, if you were over, when I was underage when I went,
you're underage. So you're looking for dark alleys to drink
in the alley with the homeless guy.
Yeah, I get you.
Couple beers.
I get you.
So my buddy is the court announcer for the Sixers. Anytime you've ever heard, and finally a 6-foot guard from Georgetown, Allen Iverson. That's him. That's my buddy Matt. So he Joel's first game, we got to go down and I was going to go and take a picture of Lids did this NBA 100 hat. You know, it was like one of 100. And I went to take a picture of it down on the court. So we went down and I go down, I take the picture and we're walking out. And as I'm walking down the hallway, we're walking down this booth and Joel Embiid comes walking out of the locker room and bumps into me. I mean, this dude's hip is at my shoulder. It was insane. I was like, this guy is insane.
Yeah. It's insane how big these guys are in person, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can't, to see them run up and down the court, you're like, oh, that's not really that impressive. And then you see their size and you're like, how does your ankles take?
So Chris, tell us, like, what do you do? Like from a hat collecting standpoint now, you focus solely on Phillies, right? That's all you focus on, really, right?
That's all I focus on. I mean, I'll do, you know, there's some Dionic drops that I'll pull up on, but
yeah,
I mean, I don't do any other teams. There's no opposition. Like the closest thing that I have here to an opposition hat is I have like a Philadelphia Athletics 1915 hat. They're not my team. They're not. I mean, they were from here, and it was a gift, so I'm not gonna get rid of it. But when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I don't. That's.
So you wouldn't do the same thing with that hat that you did with that Milwaukee Brewers hat,
right? Yeah, I want to
rip it apart.
Yeah, no, it's not even trash. It's just up in my attic. It's just collecting, you know, mold and mildew. I want to watch it.
Whoever gifted it to you isn't watching right now.
No, they most certainly are not.
So Chris, tell us, like, you're from Philly, man. So you've got to tell us, you know, what the hell does this word mean?
Whatever you want it to, man. John means whatever you want it to. You
all right, so
say, use it Leon, I could see that Yankees John in that box up there. What's the side patch on it? And you could use it as it's a noun. It's it can be whatever you want. I mean, it's literally like the black John on the inside of this. The seam is in the front when it should be in the back. Like that John annoys me, but like. Whatever you want it to be.
So it's one of the most versatile words.
Yeah.
So what?
How do you know what people are talking about when everybody's saying John for everything?
Well, people don't really. I mean, it's not like a YouTube video where it's like John. Let me John on that John over there. But like, there are times where you'll hear it 4 times in a sentence, and you're like, okay. So I understand what the first 2 were, but what are the second 2?
So, Chris, tell me, which word is more versatile? Okay, John,
right?
Or fuck.
Ooh, I mean, listen, fuck can be used in a lot of different.
That's what I mean. I mean, it could be a noun, it could be a verb.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. So, anyone that doesn't know is Mead for Speed. His son, the big unit, is sitting off to the side. I forgot, but I still have to ask the question. I believe the F word is more versatile than John.
Yeah,
it can be both a noun and a verb.
It can be used. Well, John is a noun and a verb. John can be used however.
Okay, can it be used as an adjective?
So any place that you could use the F word, you could use the J word too, bro.
Okay, so how about this? Let me use this word in a sentence. That fucking hat.
Yeah.
No, because we would say like that fucking John.
Right, but you can't say that John fuck.
Well, you could, but you know she might get mad if you say it.
Chris, I can tell your allegiance to Philadelphia is strong because you won't admit what's obvious, which is the F word is more versatile than John.
It's probably true, but I'm not gonna let you win.
All right, well, fair enough. You're the guest. You're the guest in the vault, so we're gonna allow you to win this battle.
All right,
So,
nice.
listen, I know you have some hats you want to show us, though, right? I want to see some stuff because
Yeah,
we're about
so,
to have a hat battle. So, what better way to get us warmed up here?
So first I'll just start off with this one. So this one is last summer I was asked by the Philly store turned into a New Era store last season. I've made great friends with the people over there over the past few years, and I've given them some ideas, you know, of stuff that I would want. Honestly, it's not even like, oh, I think this is going to do really well. It was always like, man, I would really love to see a hat that looks like, where is it? The one that we just had on. Hat that looks like a jersey. Oh, this one right here.
Oh yeah.
So like, this was one of the first ones that I had said, you know, I want it to be a diamond era kind of material. I want it to feel like a jersey. I want it to be pinstripe and to have the lettering. So they did this one, and they did a straight up red with the red pinstripes. But that one was actually a little bit nicer, and I used to own it, and I don't anymore. It's completely missing. But the lettering on it was chain stitch, so it looked like the jerseys, and it was such a clean chain stitch.
Yeah.
So then after a couple of years, he said, you know, we have a design lab coming up. And I'm like, great, let me get some stuff ready for you. And he's like, no, New Era wants you to come in and sit with us and design a hat. I'm like, that's, I mean, you guys know that's the dream right there. Like there's no, so they picked a day. I called up and talked to the rep, and she was, I mean, just one of the coolest people. And she's like, you know, we need, you know, 10 minutes on a phone call. You know, and an hour into the phone call, and we're talking about, you know, waxed cotton and the, you know, baseball leather and all this stuff that, you know, hey, you have this hat that looks like, you know, Oscar the Grouch and blah, you know. So I'm giving them these ideas, and it's like, you know what? Instead of a half an hour, we're gonna have you come in for the whole session if you would like to, and I sat in with Vic, Universal Article on Instagram. I mean, just he's ridiculous. So this was something that I had in my mind for years and years and years, and I wouldn't give it up until I got to help put it together because I didn't want it to change a little bit. So if you can see, the fabric behind the 1980 is a satin, so it looks like the flag. So it's not, you know, it changes the material, so it's not your standard fabric. The underneath also has a satin green underbrim because they wore the green that year. We also decided that nothing ever had any. They always had hats that were exclusive. Like this hat was only available there. They didn't make them anywhere else. But there's nothing that tells you that it's exclusive. So we sat down and we designed this ballpark exclusive. So this is the first hat that has this on there.
Yeah.
Still got the sample tags on there. This is the only one that exists. I know that people want this hat, and I want people to own this hat. I know.
Well, Chris, the hat you're wearing right now, right?
Right.
That one you're wearing right now.
Yep.
That has a huge significance to me. I'm going to share with you why.
Right.
So you and I were talking about this hat a little while back. Now, first and foremost, this is the first hat that I posted on my hat Instagram. But I'll tell you this, why this hat is so meaningful to me is my children lost their mom 3 years ago.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
And the first place I brought them was on a baseball trip where we just got away. We went on a baseball trip across the Northeast. So we went to Boston. I even went to Yankee Stadium. I went to every stadium from Boston down to Washington D.C.
Nice.
And this hat I bought, and this is when my daughter said, "Dad, you need to do something with your hats because you love these so much. You got to do something different." So this was the first one I posted on my Instagram. If you go all the way to the bottom, it's the first one I posted.
Nice.
And it's got a lot of significance to me for that reason, but also the game we went to, it was miserable, right? It was so hot, but then there was this huge, disgusting downpour, and the joy it brought my kids to walk through that downpour is nothing. Like, I was like pissed, right? But my kids were so happy to see that joy. I'll never forget this hat for that very reason. So
fantastic.
This hat right here means so much to me, and I'm not a Phillies fan, but this hat is probably one of the hats in my collection that means the most to me. So when you and I were chatting about this hat, and you told me that told me some things about this hat, it just added more value to the hat for me. But I just wanted to share that story because that hat is so meaningful to me.
Man, that's a meaningful trip, man. That's I'm sorry to hear about your wife. I'm sorry to hear about.
Oh no, listen, man. There's a positive to it, right? It brought us all together.
Right.
There's a silver lining, but I wanted to share that story with everybody.
Nice.
Yeah. So that other hat, people are bugging you for it, right?
Oh man, everybody. So this is a stadium exclusive. This is you won't be able to get it somewhere else, and we did it for the 40th anniversary of the 1980 team. And you could buy it when you went down to a game this season as they were celebrating.
So
now we don't really know. I don't know if it will. The main reason I love 1980 team. I love the colors. I wasn't born in 1980. I was negative years old. So the main thing that I really wanted, honestly, was a 2008 version, and I wanted it as the 10-year anniversary, and they didn't do anything. And to me, it was like you could literally just take take this logo, put it in gold, period. 10-year anniversary. You could do anything, So I'm a huge fan of this hat. I have more of this hat than any hat in my collection. And no, you cannot have one. I'm sorry. But this one here is a patch swap that I did, where I just sort of always loved the logo and sort of wanted it as a standalone, for the 10-year anniversary when they did win. I wanted to wear a hat that nobody else would be wearing. Yeah. So, I do a patch swap. So I'll take the patch from this hat, steam it off, replace it onto this one here. And this is the hat right here, the World Series logo.
So
they didn't do anything. So it was like, I wanted this in a 2008 with the satin and with the, we've seen some really nice underbrims lately, and the picture that's stuck in Phillies fans' mind is, they just replayed the 2008 World Series last week. And the scene where Brad Lidge is on the ground with his hands up and Carlos Ruiz is there, and they've done so much stuff with underbrims, and I was like, you could do something, and nothing happened. So I was like, man, somebody's got to do something. So hopefully we'll get some stuff going on down there. So I got to design. This was one of like 5 hats or something like that I did. So I actually have nobody's ever seen the rest of them. The store closed, and all of my hats are sitting down there waiting, and I can't even see the samples.
Well, does Leon have something? Leon has something we can show, right?
Leon has a picture that we could show that is no one's seen it before. Again, it will be a exclusive, but this is something that I had in mind for years, and I went and I bought this Oscar the Grouch hat from Japan, just to show them like what they could do. And the insanity. I mean, the Fanatic was just insane. So this is the sample. It will not look like this because the Fanatic underwent a slight visual change because they're being sued by the people who created him, or some insanity where the Phillies literally might lose the Fanatic. So this is not what it will look like. It will end up changing to be more like him. But this is my design that we'll see how it comes out, if it comes out, but
That's
I
a
had
lot
to
of
shoot
that.
my shot. When I was there, it was like, listen, I'm going all out. I was like,
Well-
I'm going to see what I can do. And
Well, you definitely took the shot.
yeah, that's,
But I will say this,
that's
Pancake,
it.
if this thing does release, I'll still buy it.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to buy all of them if nobody buys them. And then wait till the resale market pops up. Cause
Yeah.
no, that's I just have always had this. They've always done these like Fanatic flare hats as giveaways and stuff like that. And it's just like, those are all right, but we gotta do better than that.
It's bad. It's cool idea for sure, man. And
Right.
I'll buy one if it comes out. I don't know how often I'll wear it though. I want to be clear.
It's all good, bro.
So listen, before we wrap up, Chris, I just want to see if there's any questions out there, right? You want to check in and see if there's any questions. You have a few more hats you want to show or what?
Whatever you want. No, this is just this is one of my favorites, the Pancake wear
Ooh.
mark. You got that,
Yeah, that's nice,
at
man.
your local store. So this is one that the day that we signed Bryce Harper, I had a Phillies jersey and this hat ready. I had the picture done for like 3 weeks beforehand because it was like, oh, you might get him, you might not, whatever it was. So I've always loved this hat, Batavia Clippers,
Yeah.
early 90s. And I had the snapback. So that the day that we signed him, I posted a picture of it and I sent the picture to Hat Club and I'm like, please, whatever you do, put this hat out. So, 4 months later, something like that, I get a message and it was like, yo, we did it. Check the hats out. So they sent me this one. This is the old new era snapback.
Yep. And they also did the other version too, right? That has the old Philly logo.
They did the maroon version.
Yep.
Which
I have that
really
one too.
didn't expect.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're just.
I prefer the red one only because it looks less forced.
Right. The B could look okay, but it just doesn't really make sense. Like they could have connected the baseball stitching to the bottom or so. It just visually it
looks more forced.
It looks aftermarket. Like it looks like they put it on there and we're like, ooh, that's close. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, let's just go with it.
Yeah, right.
But
and then this one, this is one of my favorites.
Oh, I like that hat, yeah.
This is the Fanatic. I mean, it's probably a little bit hard to tell, but I mean the fur.
No, you can see it.
This fur is like flexes. It's ridiculous. This was a from what I had heard, this is like one of the hats that made me search because I liked the picture of it on Instagram when I first got it. And I'm like, this hat is so sick. Where can I find it? She's like, oh, it's my husband's. He got it from working at the store and good luck finding it. And I was like, well, fuck this, but I got to find this hat now. So I searched and it took forever. And I think it was either Luis Mendoza or Jesus or somebody sent me the picture and it was just like, that's the hat. I found it finally. And I love this hat. This is one of my favorites. And that's it. I'm not gonna show any more Philly. People don't need to see all these Phillies hats.
Dude, listen, your Phillies. So I got a chance to talk with Tyler, who's 718's collector on Instagram, and he's a Mets fan, right?
Right.
People like you guys really impress me because I'm a Boston fan. I have a lot of Red Sox hats. I probably have 600 Red Sox hats, right?
Right.
But the guys that just won't go beyond their own team impress me.
I mean, listen, my bank account is limited. I start stretching to other teams. My wife's making me move out.
Well, lucky, I don't have a wife, so I guess that's why I'm allowed to do it. But I have a girlfriend who's pretty understanding. So, but listen, I think it was great. It was great having you. We're about to get into a hat battle. So
yeah, man.
Chris, I want to thank you though for being on to do this. Because
yeah, absolutely.
Your energy.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, your energy is great, man. And I still stand by my initial argument that the word "fuck" is more versatile than John.
All right, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay. So, and listen, I've got something heading your way. So I've got a Roots cap heading your way. So.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you and I messaged about it. I'm gonna send one your way.
I appreciate
it. We're gonna have to have you on again, Chris, to show us how to do those patch swaps. And Banner brought up that you're
button swaps, patch swaps
king. So.
Yeah. Now listen. I can give you a button literally right here. See this?
Yeah.
This is a screwdriver. I mean the tiniest little screwdriver, right? Take this screwdriver and you go from the back of the hat, and there's a piece of metal in between them, and all you do is one little pry and you twist it, and you can pop any button off of whatever. So like, here we go, the blue one, it pops off, and then once it pops off, you're good to go. You just swap another one. So if I got a standard Phillies jersey on, whatever it is right now, I'm going with the blue. But if I throw on like a throwback, like 1950s, I need a white. So like, I got to take that blue button off and switch it over to the white. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, next time we'll do patch swaps, we'll do button swaps, whatever you want.
Hey, Chris, would you be okay maybe going out with Leon and I one day and doing a video with us? We could throw it up there so people know how to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Would that be all right with you?
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. We'll do that and we'll pop that up there. So Chris, we have a 3-man battle today.
Oh man.
And we've gone over this. And listen, I just want to be clear, Chris. If you see a Phillies hat, that doesn't mean you necessarily vote in that person's favor. I want to make that clear.
Listen,
these guys are smart. They bring some Phillies.
You guys aren't Mets fans, right? You guys aren't Mets fans. We're all good.
Well, listen, I will say this. Leon has been known to have his decision swayed by Toronto Caps. So we don't need two of you clowns in this voting booth, so to speak. So, listen, I'm gonna hand it over to Leon because Leon is the MC of this portion of our show. So, Leon, take it away, my friend.
So we have a cruiserweight battle. It's gonna be a 5-round affair. We got John Schultz out of Minnesota, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We got Lance, who's masked up. He's
Lance, you're muted, by the way. You're muted, Lance.
Let me unmute him.
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
There you go.
And then we got Joe the Pro, who's not on babysitting duty this evening. But yeah, so,
he's thankful they got him out of babysitting duty tonight. He gets to just hang out with some guys.
Hey, the wifey actually just left because she knew she wasn't going to be able to keep the girls out of here. So I appreciate her. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Oh yeah, man. Happy Father's Day to you as well.
You too, man.
You know what I mean? I noticed a lot of collectors are definitely childbearing. So
for sure. I've collected both hats and children. So my other collection.
Cheaper than shoes.
Don't collect other people's children.
No, just my own. Just my own, Chris. Come on.
All right. So it's gonna be 5 rounds. Jason, do you want to go over the categories?
Yeah. So category number 1, we'll have a major league hat, and that could be any of the major leagues, NHL, MLB, NFL, NBA, Japan Pro League, whatever. All right. Round 2 will be MILB or college. So any of the minor teams, including junior major hockey, whatever you want, as long as it's not a major team. Round 3 will be custom. And John was asking me a little more details on that. The best way I could put up with it, describe it, is anything but an on-field. Round 4 will be an exclusive, a hat that you could only get at one store, one stadium, one person, only available in one spot. And round 5 will be wild card. Show us any hat you want.
I will say, John, I love that Minneapolis Millers cap. I love that.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, man.
All right.
Give me that tool poster.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid those Funko Pops are gonna fall over there.
yeah,
Lance.
for real.
Oh,
That's
no,
a
they won't.
stack right there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that is crazy.
Oh, that's just a tiny
Oh,
portion.
come on.
Jeez.
So we forgot to do a random draw yesterday. So by alphabetical order, we're gonna go ahead and start with John
okay.
for round 1 for a major hat,
All right.
our major team hat.
Yeah. So my hat is going to be the Blue Jays
Ooh.
red velvet.
Pink bottom.
Andrew into Leon already.
He pulled the Leon card early.
That's right. With the 92 World Series patch on the side.
Yeah.
Great year.
Yeah, the year before was better when the Twins won it. And
The year after was pretty good too, right, Pancake?
Ah, come on. That shit was, I was 10. That was heartbreaking.
yeah, but yeah. So, anyways, I just love the
Hey,
color.
John, show everybody the patch on that because the patches on those were impressive. Yeah. That's a beautiful
Oh, the
cap.
pink in there. Yep.
Beautiful cap.
All right.
All right.
Now, did the wife let you open up the Father's Day gift? Was that it?
This wasn't it.
Oh, okay. Good.
It's,
Good. His
I
wife's
got
already
reading
mad.
those tonight, but
His wife's already mad at me because I
Yeah.
made him open up his Father's Day present early, and she hates my feed like all the other wives out there. All right, Lance, what do you
All
got
right.
for us, man?
I'm gonna go with breaking out my Quebec Nordiques, baby blue, red brim, and of course the NHL logo on the back.
Very cool.
Probably one of my favorite hats I picked up from a fellow collector in our group. Sold it got it for a really good price, but I fell in love with it once I saw it. Didn't think he was going to sell it, but he wound up messaging me back and told me I could have it if I still wanted it. So I was like, yeah, NHL 5950 are hard to get. So
Yeah,
I'd like to grab anyone that I can. So
That's nice, man.
very cool. Very cool. All right, Sneaky, what you got for us?
Well, I got New Jersey roots. So I'm a lot but like Pancake, where if I have a horse in the race, I only rep that one team.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, I had to pick up this Toronto cap because it's just got that sticky, icky green leaf on it. Same neon shield on the back, gray bottom. Yeah,
Very cool. Very cool. So judges,
Toronto Greenleafs, baby.
nice. So judges, send me your 2 favorite hats in the chat there. And while they're doing that, John, why don't you tell us where's your favorite spot to get a hat?
well, it's definitely Hat Club, and I'm definitely starting to discover some of the other spots too. But I've kind of figured out how to get all the drops, and I've only been kicked out at checkout once so far. So
you know what? Hey, there you go. There you and your checkout.
Oh, John, can I ask you a quick question, John, since you're in Minnesota, right?
Yep.
So it's the home of Target, which is also the home, well, not really the home, but most housewives or wives love Target, right? So I'm thinking, if we want a little bit of Mead for Speed retribution, we should lure Jason Mead into a Target store and allow all the wives to have at Jason Mead.
yes, that's probably the best. Yeah.
It's only happened twice before, Pierre. All right. All right, round 2.
All right, cool.
Minor league teams. Lance, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Since I'm originally from New Jersey, I saw this. I saw this on lids.com. And of course, we know how, with the whole situation with Fanatics owning lids.com now, how it's a sticky situation with the website. I still was able to wind up, and I saw this and I had to get it. It's the Lakewood Blue Claws. See if I can
Yep.
with the New Jersey inside the New Jersey logo. I loved it. Like I said, that's my home state. Although I've lived in the South pretty much all my life, it's still my home state. Red top
Phillies affiliate.
There. You
there. Like I said, it was just one of the best looking ones out of all my minor leagues that I've gotten. I love it.
go.
Nice.
Sneaky, what do you got for us?
Well,
And he's not only showing hats, but
for the
he's-
pancake, I'll go with
There you
his
go.
affiliate. However, with the same situation, Jersey Roots, I got to drip harder than my guy over there. So I'm gonna go with the Blue Claws
Oh,
drip.
Drip,
Yep.
drip.
The steady drip.
very
Cool
nice.
hat, man.
Blue Claws on the side patch. Batterman.
Is that a blue
Everyone's
on
into
there, too?
those blue bottoms
That
right now.
icy blue bottom before icy blue bottoms.
Or it was
Yeah,
icy
yeah,
blue.
yeah.
This might be considered like baby blue or powder blue, but either way, that's the one.
It's a badass hat, man.
Nice. Now, if John pulls out a liquid Blue Claws hat to make it 3 for 3, I'm gonna be.
I don't think.
There's
I don't
another
think-
Phillies affiliate. I'm losing.
Listen, I don't think that hat that Sneaky Joe just showed is John's style. That's my opinion.
No, probably not.
True. Well, this kind of strays from that a little bit though. I got the
Ooh.
Lakeland.
Lakeland Tigers.
Lakeland
Fine
Tigers.
Tigers.
There's a lake in the name. We'll make it 3
That's
for
right.
3.
Yeah. The single A affiliate of the Tigers, and I just love. This is one of my might actually be one of my favorite hat overall. But yeah, I just love the metallic gold
Mhm.
camo. So,
Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I actually have that hat. I love that hat.
yeah.
All right, judges, send me your round 2 scores, and while they're doing that, Lance, what's your favorite professional athlete?
I'd have to. It's about a toss up between Griffey Jr. and Eric Davis.
Ooh, Eric
I mean,
Davis. That's a good choice.
Yeah, ever since I really started loving baseball back in the late 80s, early 90s. It's with Eric Davis, it was such a bad thing that happened to him in 1990. You know, making that catch in the World Series and then lacerating his kidney. You know, I think that kind of helped propel my Reds at the time to sweep the Bash brothers. You know, and it just sucks after that. He really wasn't the same ever since.
He was a great
And then,
player.
of course, Griffey Jr. came along, and we all know about the kid. You know, how can you not love the kid? You know, so.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Mr. Joe, we got custom round 3. What are you going to throw at us? Not only what you're going to wear, but what you're going to show us.
So out here in the Bay, we have a lot of custom heat. Before it was just like kind of everywhere right now. But I've honestly never been happier as far as collecting customs go. There's so many out right now. It is too many. I'm gonna put it that way. I can't afford that many. But I'm gonna rep local. I'm gonna go San Jose, Sneaky Joe. I'm gonna go with the headliners.
Nice.
Paperboy. This cat is just so hard.
Paperboy.
Was that their
Simple
original
logo.
colorway? Or did
I-
they do all black first?
I think they did an all black first, and then they did the black and gold.
Okay.
And then this was the third one with the rifle green,
Yeah.
black under. But
I gotta say that kid looks like he's ready to deliver a newspaper.
you know what I'm saying?
Straight out of 1920.
Headliners. Shout out headliners.
Nice hat, man.
Sure, headliners. Thank you.
Oh, Cold Crush, what do you got for a custom?
All right. So this one, I just love the history and the story behind it. There are hats that I have that aren't from Hat Club, but this is the Fear City. It came with this other guy, and came in the box with like a replica of the
pamphlet.
pamphlet that the police union passed out to big tourists back in 1975 when they're on strike, telling them not to be outside after 6 p.m. and
Yeah.
stuff like that, just to scare them when the police union was fighting with the mayor. And I just thought it was a really cool story. And this is the logo that was on the pamphlet.
So I
just love the idea that they put it on a hat. And
right, they dropped that late last year.
yeah,
I'm blaming them for cursing this shit show of 2020.
yeah.
They did the pink bottom of that one recently, right?
Yeah, they did a pre-order. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I like that. I like that fucking John.
That was a little too Johnny, a little more.
All right,
Chris, I'm trying to impress you, man.
That's good, bro. I like that.
What John you got for us?
You mean me?
Yeah, you. Lance.
Lance.
Well, you called me John. I was like,
No.
Well, because he said
What, John?
I think you guys went out of order. So Jason's all need for speed's all screwed up right now.
No, I'm not.
No, he was in order. He's in order. He's right.
Yeah.
This just recently came from one of the guys in the group. Shout out to Thomas K for creating this Toronto Raptors custom. I loved it ever since I saw him post about, selling it. The glow in the dark Raptor, the glow in the dark New Era logo, the glow in the dark maple leaf on the back. It's a beauty. It's probably one of my top 5 this year so far. So I love it.
Very cool. I love the black front panels on that one.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
All right, judges, send me your round 3 scores. And while they're doing that, Sneaky Joe, what are you looking for in your next hat?
My next hat, man. I don't really have an answer, man. It's like whatever they said to me. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just want to see some new designs, and I'm not a very flashy cap guy, so I've kind of like skipped on a lot of the Copas. Some of the two-tone clink releases were like right there for me, and then they just weren't.
Yeah. Cool.
Which one was your favorite clink that you've seen so far?
So far, I like the Firebird. The Firebird was pretty cool, but it's a little static. It lacked motion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was there. It's a cool logo, but I wanted it to move more. But I think it was the Swallow, whatever bird was hanging under a bat, or the red throats.
Yeah,
those were really clean.
Yeah, that was cool.
Those were really clean.
I pre-ordered that one.
Yeah, I believe it.
All right, so round 4, we got exclusive. So store exclusive, stadium exclusive from the guy down the street, whatever. Just, you could only get the hat in one spot. John, you're up.
All right. This one is the Midway Snurrbirds. And it's an amateur town ball team in northwest Minnesota, in a town called Midway, and there's a population of 30 in this town. I'm assuming that they've got some, ringers from other towns. But I just think it's the coolest hat, and it's, none of the other towns. There's like 300. It's a huge deal around here, town ball in Minnesota. And I don't think there's any other team that has the New Era hats.
Is that low profile? It
is low pro. That's the one risk here I'm taking, but
as long as it's 59.50, we'll allow it.
Yeah, but you know what? But listen, it doesn't. Chris over there,
I'm a low pro guy, man.
Pancake.
Yeah. And I started out as a low profile guy. That's why I just got into the kind of the regular style about 18 months ago or 2 years ago, and that's when the problem started. There's so many more options out there.
Yeah.
And then it's got the Finnish flag on the back.
Wow. That's cool, man.
It's just
That's
crazy a logo like that for an amateur team. I just think is really,
yeah, it's like a vulture.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I'm hoping to get up. They are playing this summer and I'm hoping to. It's like a 3-4 hour drive, I think. More like a 4-hour drive. I'm hoping to get up. There's a couple dates I have circled. I'm hoping to get up to one of those games.
That's a cool hat, John.
Yeah. All right, Ballard King, what exclusive you got for us?
All right. Well, this one I double checked with Jason to make sure that this was some type of an exclusive, and he agreed. I got this off of Hat Heaven, probably maybe a month ago now. As soon as I saw them posting their IG about it dropping, I was like, yeah, I got to try to get this one. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates 1903 red brim 1903 World Series patch. Then the old logo on the back and the gray underbill. It's just one of the best looking ones I've gotten so far too this year. It's just pretty hat.
That one was gone almost.
Especially with the old school P on it. The old school pirate P. It just popped right there for me.
Very cool.
I think Pancake is getting a rash because there's been no Philly hat so far.
You're good. That was
Well,
a P.
the blue claws. The blue claws hats.
Oh yeah, you got the
The blue
affiliate.
claws. Yeah, we're good. You had
Got
2
the
blue
affiliate.
claws in a row.
You guys showed that, John. I saw that.
You saw the Batavia one last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, John was wearing a Batavia one last night.
Yeah.
So, all right, Sneaky Joe, what do you got?
We're on to exclusives.
Exclusive. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a old exclusive, kind of by some cats that got their start in. Well, we know them now. Brandios, Clink. They had Hat Club roots before getting that the Diamond Jacks contract, right? And blowing up and doing everything they're doing now. So I gotta go with this one.
Ooh.
Old Hat Club Bulldog exclusive.
Yeah.
It's that key.
Oh, that's their old logo, man.
That's the one. And this was like, I remember as a kid growing up, one of the one logos that really always like grabbed me, especially living out on the East Coast, was the Georgetown Hoyas.
Yeah.
It's just like that Bulldog logo is just, I mean, it's mean, it's classic. So this kind of like Hat Club twist on it had to come up on that.
Yeah, very nice.
All right. Round 4, judges, send me your links. And so this, our votes, sorry. And then this last round, guys, wild card, any hat, anywhere, whatever you want to show. We're going to start off with, I think we're on to Lance. So kick us off for this
All right.
fifth and final round.
For the final round, this is another one that I came across on lids.com. Not trying to plug my, the second job or anything, but I did come across this one, happened to come across this one day, and I liked it. So I wound up getting it. It's a Christian Yelich exclusive with the Brewers logo with the California Republic flag on the inside of the inside of the logo. And then to top it off on the back, they embroidered his autograph on the back too. So, and then of course, green underbill, red button top, red New Era logo.
Yeah.
Easily one of my favorite ones last year I picked up.
That's nice. Lance, just so you're aware, Pancake threw out a Milwaukee hat 2 weeks ago.
Big use. 2005 All-Star game.
He ripped the patch off and threw it in the garbage.
He's stomped on it a few times.
Listen, I'm not saying the hat's worthless.
Hey, I got to see Christian Yelich play here in Jacksonville when he was with the Marlins, and he played for the Suns at the time. So I always knew he'd be a great ball player when he did make it to the show. So, and he's proven it. So
Hopefully he doesn't end up like Ryan Braun.
I don't think he will.
Listen, Ryan Braun's broken my heart a billion times. He had like 3 home runs opening day, like 2 years in a row. It was like the worst. He comes back from steroids and jacks 3 home runs. It's like, all right, come on, test the guy again. Let's get this over with.
All right, Sneaky Joe, what wild card you got for us?
Oh man.
Sneaky Joe, I have to say, as you're pulling this hat out, you are pretty sneaky because I didn't know you had all this shit.
Hey man, I'm very sneaky, sir. Very, very sneaky.
Very
I see what you did, man. I see what you did there.
But yeah, as far as a wild card, like I could go wild.
Well, let's go wild, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
This is the wild card.
Yeah, but how wild are we talking about here? Because I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there. There's been some commotion lately about what is a fitted and what's not a fitted, and if it's a new
Gotta be a
era or if
5950.
it's not a new. It's got all right. So this is the World 5950 Federation.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, if
Nothing
that's the
sneaky
way
about
it is,
that,
then-
Joe.
Oh, no.
Hey, well, it's not in the title.
You're right.
It's
You're
just-
right. You're right.
Just a
But we-
fitted, and you let a low pro slide. I mean, that's no snap. I'm
That's
not
a
saying that's a
fitted. That's a
snapback.
fitted.
That's
it's a 5950 though.
right. Well, there's fitteds that aren't 5950s because not New Era doesn't like to approve everything. I think we can agree on that. But for my wild card, I'm gonna go with I'll rep the West Coast.
All right.
Since this bracket is no longer a West Coast bracket, this is a national bracket.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with this local classic Cal Bears. It's kind of hard to tell. That's navy, the navy in yellow. Nothing on the back,
Nice.
black bottom. But yeah, that's other than like the full walking bear. That's like the
I like that.
headshot right there. That one's
Yeah, I like that bear logo there.
clean.
All right, John. What you
Yeah.
got for your wild card?
I'm repping hometown as well. I'm going with the city edition from a couple of years ago, the Timberwolves Prince
Rain.
themed Purple Rain
Yep.
hat with the purple UV, and then it's got for detail, it's got a cool pattern underneath there too. But just I mean, Prince in Minneapolis are just it's just, he was just massive here.
Yeah.
And I was able to see him at Paisley Park the January, like it was like 3 months before he died. And
saw
so
that.
there's this huge connection to
Yeah,
the
I
city.
saw him at Paisley Park in college. That's the
You did?
best I've ever been to.
Nice.
Yep.
So favorite Prince song, John?
Right now it's Housequake. I'm really into funk. That's my all-time favorite. P-Funk, Parliament Funkadelic, my favorite band of all time. And Housequake kind of hits.
So George Clinton fan as well.
Yeah. And George Clinton recorded some mediocre stuff at Paisley Park.
So George Clinton is also a big part of West Coast hip hop, right?
Yeah, big time. Yep.
Yeah.
The G-Funk.
Yep.
Big time. Yeah.
From P Funk to G Funk.
That's
All right. So that wraps it. Leon already sent me his scores. How about Chris and Pierre? We'll get these final scores in. I'll let you guys know. All right.
Well, good job, everybody.
Yeah, really nice job.
That was good.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys really impressed, man. That's for darn sure.
Thank you, sir.
There was quite a few Johns on there that I don't have that I would like to pick up.
All right.
It sounds too forced.
You mean we actually might have something that you
You
don't, Pierre?
No, you guys have some stuff I don't, man.
All right. Well, I got the final scores calculated here. Coming in second place with a hell of an effort is John from Minnesota. Very, very nice work. A lot of cool hats there. And first, in kind of a landslide, quite honestly, and that was going to go to Sneaky Joe DePro. He basically swept those middle rounds 2, 3, and 4. Really put him out ahead. It was hard to come back. You guys had some great hats, all three of you. I really think that hat club, old school hat club one, was probably
that bulldog one.
That thing.
Yeah, that to me that was the hat. Well, listen, the hat of the competition to me, that was the number 2 hat. To me, the number 1 hat was the low pro that John showed from that team. The only reason why, I'll tell you guys why. It's only because of the rarity of it. Like, you're not really gonna.
Yeah, you can't get it.
You
Yeah.
can't get it. But but Sneaky Joe overall, man, I think, I will tell you, Sneaky Joe, that I did see that Jason Mead didn't vote for you once. I just want to make sure you know that. And
Not a single vote for any of you guys.
kid, I don't even know what he did. I don't even know who he voted for. But man, nice job, man. You brought it today. You brought it today, and you did tell me that you weren't going to bring it all out today because you want to prepare for the next round. So,
well, I mean, I would like to think that I'm going to move on, but I mean, honestly, I'm a kind of out there collector. I don't have a single Major League Baseball hat in my collection. I got minors because, those are creative. But I mean, when everybody's pulling out MLBs, I got to make sure that I can.
That's why we expanded that category a little bit, just not to make it just MLB. So the next round,
I would struggle in MLB too.
Yeah, right.
Me too.
Struggle picking out one.
You struggle to know what to pick for MLB.
Right. And next round we're going to change up the categories a bit, so they won't be. We'll go a little more specific on these, make them not so general. But John, Lance, Sneaky Joe, again, thank you for being great competitors, bringing some awesome
man.
Letting us get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Right on. And yet, thank you guys, because honestly, it's a good way for us as collectors to see more of what other collectors have, and feel a little special when someone wants to see what we got. So
exactly.
Thanks to you guys for really bringing the community into your sessions and doing, 2-3 shows a week. At this point, got plenty to watch in quarantine.
That's right. That's what we're trying to do, provide a service. All right. Well, you guys did a great job providing a service to all of us. It was very entertaining. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Right on.
No, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys.
Hey.
Here.
So Dankadelic is in the house. He wants to know who won. So Sneaky Joe the Pro won. And I got to tell you, man, he impressed.
Yeah. Anytime you bring out the Hat Club, Brandios, old collabs, it's gonna win around.
It's lights
but he
out,
also
man.
he also knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
This dude knew where Brandios got the start, right?
Yep.
With the minor league teams. He knows his shit too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, anytime any of those hats come out, it's over, man.
He brought out
pencil hats.
Yeah, and he brought out 5 fucking ones that I don't even have.
Yeah, he's gonna be a tough one to beat.
The one on the hat she was wearing. He had a new hat every round too.
No, he was taunting people.
Yeah.
He was taunting people, and then he started challenging Jason on his rules. He said, "Fuck your rules."
Well, he can bring out non-5950s. He's just gonna get a 0.
No, he's challenging the name of the group, the Worldwide Fitted Federation.
I did not come up with the name of the group, so we'll blame Big Dave for that one. But it's a 5950 tournament, so.
Dude, guy had hats, and he knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
He had the Iron Pigs, the Frogs, Copa, Blackout. I never even seen that before. Never even seen it before.
So.
Even Chris was like, "Yo, I need that hat."
Yeah, that's good.
It's the Coquis.
Yeah. But he had the Blackout version. I've never seen the Blackout version.
I love those frogs. I love those frogs. I think I told you, Leon, I lived in Puerto Rico for a couple years. The sound that those frogs make puts you to sleep. Yeah. And then once I left, I was like, I couldn't fall asleep anymore.
You got to download. I'm sure there's an app for it.
No, I just had to turn on a Phillies game. That put me to sleep.
Oh, come on. Yeah, listen, if it was back in the early 2000s, it might have been.
Listen, I got to tell you guys, this was fun tonight.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, Chris, I want to say thank you, man, because you really brought it today. It was fun having you on. And I think I can speak for everybody here and say it was great to get to know you better. For those of us that don't know you,
thanks for having me on.
Outstanding energy. I just loved having you on. And I think, Jason, thank you to you for getting these contestants on today, because this was a great battle.
Yep.
Leon, as always, thanks for being a great co-host. It's great doing this with you.
Hey, and Chris, make sure you let everybody know when that hat's available, if it becomes available.
So as soon as the store opens, we'll they'll have access to it, and we'll see where we go. But yeah, it's we're gonna make sure. I was hoping at this point in time they would all be out. They'd be like, "Yo, we want to give you a full-time job." Maybe next time.
So Leon, you want to tell everyone what's coming up soon? And then
we got Trent from Lids, aka Government Trent, aka Lids Marquis, aka Trent Boyd. He's gonna be on the show Wednesday. I believe Lids in the majority is going to be back to work on Monday. So he's going to be grabbing a lot of the in-store exclusives, a lot of the stuff that didn't come out. I know he's got some of the 5950 day stuff that they didn't get to release because of what's happening in the world. So hopefully he's going to show us some stuff that, we can get our hands on. That would be very, very exciting. And then Saturday we have the homie from Nice Ones. Yeah, John. We have the homies from Nice Ones. They run the East Van baseball league, so they're going to be chatting it up for us. So we got some cool stuff planned. And then so thanks Pancake for jumping on. If this season's a wash, I'm sure you can sell those hats online, or even if you send the people and we'll get them sold for you.
And Chris, when I'm out in Philly, I want to catch a game with you.
Yo, anytime. Seriously, anytime. And if you want to go to a Flyers game, if I'm not working, you let me know.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. We'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Stay fitted. Take care, guys.
See you guys.